Hello and welcome to episode 92 of the Confessions of a Yarn Addict podcast. It's been a 2-week break from podcasting. There's been other videos on my channel. I'll talk more about them later if you have missed them. But I had a 2-week break because last week I just didn't really have an awful lot to share because most of my knitting had been on a deadline design for an urgent deadline. I'm still working on it, but I have managed to finish something else. I've also got a magazine design to share and a new design that I released last week and a few other bits and pieces. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you're new here, my name is Anniken. I design knitting patterns. I teach knitting workshops online and in person, and I sell yarn through my website yarnaddict.co.uk. You can find all the links to everything I'm going to talk about below this video, including links to my social media and how to sign up to my newsletter. And I do recommend you sign up to my newsletter because I have something very exciting coming next week. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. So let's talk about my exciting news first. If you've been watching me regularly, you may have remembered that from time to time I mentioned that I'm working on an online brioche course. So I have a few online courses. I have online courses in continental knitting, successful lace knitting, successful socks, finishing techniques, stranded colorwork, Scandinavian stranded colorwork and steeking. Is that it? I think that might be it. And last January, I started working on a successful brioche knitting course. All my online courses are self-guided, so as soon as you sign up, you can access all the materials. You can work through it in your own pace, in your own time. You keep indefinite access to the course, so you can go back and watch the videos and go through the material as often as you want. But I'm also there to answer questions if you have any questions. So even though it's self-guided, you do still get my help as well if you need it. You just have to ask below each of the lessons. There's a chance to ask a question and then I will come and reply. So I started working on the online brioche course last January. And at the time I was like, maybe I can finish it by the end of January. That wasn't going to happen. Then I thought maybe I can finish it in February, but I actually spent half of February, nearly half February in Norway. And then March, carried on working on it. April, I was probably quite busy because it was Easter and we also had Wonderwall. May, I was on holiday for 2 weeks. Don't know what happened in June. Well, I think June, July, August, I tried to plug away at it. September, I was away for almost the whole month. I was home for like 6 days in the middle. And October was also quite busy, and November's been quite busy, but I have been trying to plug away at it and get it finished. The thing that really takes time is that I like to add captions to all the videos. So once I've filmed all the videos, obviously I have to prepare all the videos, film them, edit them, add subtitles to them or captions to them. That's quite time consuming. I would say for most videos it probably takes at least 4 times the length of the video. So if you have a 15-minute video, it would take me at least an hour to do the captions. And I have a program that adds them automatically, but then I have to go through and edit them and then check it. And my job for this month and yeah, probably this month, I think. I was thinking end of October, probably mostly this month, has been to go through and check each lesson, watch all the videos. They're uploaded to the course, and I found 2 videos. I had to go back and edit the captions, so then that took another few hours for each of those videos. So, but this morning, just before lunch, I managed to finish watching the last video, and I have this one thing I've decided I need to add, but it's not a video, so it's just some text I need to add to both the course notes and to one of the lessons. And once I've done that, it'll be ready to publish. I need to also read through the PDF again, just give it one final proofreading to make sure it's okay. So I'm going to release this online brioche course next week. And if you have not signed up for a newsletter, I recommend you do, because the course will be at an introductory, is that how you say it, price. It'll be a lower price to start with, just to encourage people to sign up, which will probably run through till the end of the year, I think. And then, but what I'm thinking about doing is giving just my newsletter subscribers an extra discount. So I will have it at a lower price for everyone till the end of the year, and then my newsletter subscribers only will get a bigger discount. So if you have not signed up for a newsletter, make sure you do so. That I don't know how long that discount will be valid for, whether it'll be for the whole of December or half of December, but make sure you sign up for my newsletter. If you're watching this at some point in the future, it's still worth signing up for a newsletter, because I'm thinking about next year doing more special offers just for newsletter subscribers that I don't necessarily share on other social media. Go to YarnAddict.co.uk or click the link below this video to subscribe, and watch out next week for this online course. I'm really excited. I'm slightly nervous, having worked on it for nearly a year. I'm relieved to finally have finished it, but we'll see what it's like. So, continuing talking about new things, I have also released my new pattern. So this is poinsettia. If you are a regular watcher, you will have hopefully seen my video last week. So I released a YouTube video last week on this design, where I just shared a clip of it and talked a bit about it. But it was mainly a tutorial for how to join these squares using crocheting them together. You don't have to crochet them together, but I decided that was the quickest and easiest option to do it. So this is poinsettia, and it's individual squares. Each square was knitted in one of last year's Advent mini skeins from Botanical Yarns. So it's not this year's, it's last year's, 2022. The Botanical Yarns Advent last year is a sock yarn, merino nylon, I think, and it came in 24 mini skeins. Each mini skein was 20 grams. I used approximately 18 grams of each mini skein to make this, to make each square. And the Botanical Yarns Advent last year came in 4 fades. So it had 4 fades, 6 colours in each fade. So the biggest problem for me was to decide how to put them together, and this is what I decided and came up with. I have a video that I shared in the video last week where I show you how to crochet the squares together. I have a video where I just showed the blanket laid flat, and I'm going to add that in here so you can see it, because it's difficult for me to show the whole thing holding it up like this. So this one is 24 squares. I can't remember the measurements, but they're on the pattern page, and I'll link the pattern page below. It's available from both Payhip and Ravelry, and there is a discount. I think it's 25% off till the end of November, and the discount is on this pattern and my Fantasy Brioche pattern, which is the pattern I designed last year with the Spectrum Fibre 12-day Advent, also sock yarn. I'm just looking to see if I've got it here somewhere. Let me just have a look. Oh yes, it's here. Let me just grab it. There's something on top of it, so let me just... Okay, so this is the Fantasy Brioche wrap. I used 10 mini skeins from Spectrum Fibre from last year as well, and then on the back I used 200 grams of Lang Merino 200 in a light grey. So if you had a 24-day Advent, you could use 20 of those skeins. You could even use all 24, because you can easily make this a little bit longer, just do another repeat or two. So what you could do is use, say, day 1 and day 2 together. So instead of having the advent calendar on the front and solid colour on the back, you can use the advent calendar skeins on both, or you can use a contrasting yarn. All up to you, depending on how colourful you want it, but that's what the front looks like. So both of these patterns are 25% off until the end of November. Let me just fold this back down again. So if you're into brioche, or if you fancy learning brioche with my new online course and you have an advent calendar coming, these patterns, if you don't have an advent calendar, you can also just use leftovers, mini skein sets. If you, loads of indie dyers now do mini skein sets and they're very tempting to buy. So if you have purchased a few, you can use those. You can use leftovers. You can use full skeins of sock yarn. You don't have to use as many colours as I've used. You can just use 2 or 3, for example. So there's lots of options with this blanket. But I will leave the link to the pattern pages below, and it is 25% off the pattern till the end of the month. So if you are getting an advent this year and you want something to knit, then that's an option for you. I have got 2 advents this year. They're both arrived now. I talked about the Truly Hooked one last podcast, I think. The Yarn Unique one has also arrived. It's in a black box with Yarn Unique on it and then individual packaged bags inside. So I'm not going to show it to you because I have some stuff stacked on top of it. So I'm not going to show it to you, but you will see it in the first episode of Vlogmas, which will be the end of next week, I think. So not long to go. I am actually thinking, because my Truly Hooked advent is sock yarn, but the Yarn Unique is DK, and I am actually thinking by using that to knit another poinsettia blanket in DK yarn. I'm kind of 99% certain that's what I want to do, but who knows? I've got a bit of time to change my mind, but we'll see what happens next week. So I'm wearing my pink sweater today, which if you've been watching me for a while, you've seen this a few times now. It's a little bit chilly in the afternoon in my office, especially when the sun's gone away. It was bright and sunny this morning, and I actually wore this with my pink brioche cowl when I was walking the dog this morning, and it was lovely. I think I have a little clip of it that I can insert for you. I'm out walking Alfie this morning. It was sunny, a bit overcast now. I'm hoping it will rain before I get home. But I'm wearing my coarse brioche cowl, which is really nice and warm, and then I'm wearing my pink jumper, which is keeping me lovely and warm. In fact, I'm getting a bit too warm now because I'm over halfway through my walk and I've just got about 10 minutes till I get home. But I just love this all in pink. This pattern will be coming at some point. I haven't written it yet, but it's my job next week. But sun's gone away now and it's gone quite cold, so I put this on again while I was having lunch earlier. I am still working on the pattern. I haven't finished it yet. I was going to work on it last week and this week, but I've spent most of my time working on this online course, brioche course, to try and finish it. And I've also worked on a new in-person workshop that I'm teaching on Thursday. The day this video comes out, I'm teaching a new workshop called Custom Fit Hats, and I was a little bit worried about doing all the course material too far in advance because there was some question marks about whether the workshop would go ahead or not. So I kind of been working on that last week and then the brioche course this week. So I haven't had time to write this up, but I am determined to try and finish it before the end of November, which is the end of next week. So I need to get on with it because I really want to get it to my tech editor before the end of the month. I'm still thinking about knitting another one of these. We're going to Norway for Christmas. I knitted this in a Norwegian yarn called Reima alpaca silk. lots of alternatives you can use. It's basically a lace bed yarn that has the equivalent of 800 meters per 100 grams. So loads and loads of alternatives that you can use. But I really like this yarn. It's slightly fluffy, but it's not too fluffy. And it doesn't shed too much. If I wear a black t-shirt underneath, it will have pink fluff on it. But if I'm wearing a pink top underneath, it's fine. Or any kind of similarish colours, pink, purple, things like that. It's fine, and I've worn it a lot and I really like it. It's really lightweight, it's quite warm, but it's not too warm, and I just love the size of it. I love the fit, and I am thinking about knitting it in another colour. I'd love to knit it in a fairly bright purple, but there is no bright purple in this yarn. I've looked at other yarns, but a lot of alpaca silk yarns are a bit too fluffy, and I don't want to go for mohair and silk because that'll be too fluffy for me, and I don't like that. So I'm thinking they do it in like a pale lavender, or I'm thinking about charcoal grey, because I have a lot of black and grey, so that would go with my wardrobe. But I haven't decided yet. But I'm thinking, if I decide to do it, to order the yarn so it arrives at my parents' house before we get there, and then I can cast them while I'm on holiday. So maybe. I haven't quite decided. I'm kind of 50-50 at the moment, but we'll see. I have actually managed to finish something. We've been out the last couple of weekends. We've been out doing a bit of National Trust and things like that, and both times we ended up sitting in a coffee shop. Last weekend we sat in a pub for about an hour maybe with a drink and some chips, and the weekend before we went to a National Trust property and we sat in the coffee shop there for probably an hour. So I did quite a bit of knitting, so I don't actually know which one of this was the first one or which was the last one I finished. I think this is the last one I finished. But last time I filmed, I think I was probably around here. It's knitted top down, and the weekend before last I probably got 2/3 of the foot done, and then this weekend I got quite a bit of the foot done. I think I had some like 20 rounds to do before the toe. So yesterday I thought, I knew I was going to film today, so I thought, right, let's just get this sock finished. So last night I knitted right up to the toe, and then, or did I knit the toe? No, I think I knitted the toe as well. So I finished the foot last night, and then this morning I picked up the stitches for the heel, the afterthought heel, and finished the heel while I was having lunch. So the sock is now done. So here are both of them. So I knitted this in Allegria from Manos Uruguay. I can't remember the colorway. Is it rainbow? I'm not sure. I will try and remember to put the colorway on the screen, but it's Manos del Uruguay Allegria, which is so soft and gorgeous. It'll be interesting to see how it wears because it's very, very soft. And the yarn is actually on those two shells. Oh, those two shells, that's Allegria. So it is available from my online shop. I think I have one skein in this colorway. Some people don't like pooling. I quite like this crazy pooling. I think it looks quite cool. When I've shared photos on social media, somebody asked me if I did what's it called, helical knitting, that's it. Because I have these kind of single round stripes, but I did not. That's just how I knitted up. So I'm really happy with these. Top down using my Aventures pattern with an afterthought swirly heel and a swirly toe. So I'm really happy with them. Taking off the sock blockers when I finish filming, and then put them on my feet and take some photos, and then they can go in my sock drawer. So I'm very happy with that they're finally finished. I had planned to cast them for another pair of socks, but I've decided to cast them for a hat instead. I've been thinking for a while that maybe I need to slow down my sock knitting a bit because I do have a lot of socks. I could of course knit socks for my husband and my kids, One of my daughters especially like a lot of socks, but my mum actually brought over quite a few pairs of socks that she'd knitted in the summer that fitted the girls, so they have both had big pile of socks a few months ago. So I was thinking maybe I'll knit a hat. I don't wear hats that often because I tend to get a bit too hot, but I was thinking Simon could do with a hat. He actually did buy a new hat this weekend, but I said to him, would you like me to knit you a hat? And I'm going to knit like a double layer hat. So if you were looking for a pattern for this, it would be something like the Musselburgh, is it Musselburgh or Musselborough? I think it's Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague. If you search on Ravelry, you'll find it. I think it's just the basic stocking stitch hat from what I can work out. That's knitted. You start at the top, you increase for the crown, you knit a really long tube, and then you decrease for the crown at the other end, and then you turn the hat inside itself, so you get like 2 layers. So that's what I'm planning to do. I haven't bought the pattern because it's something that I can really easily work out on my own. Maybe that sounds a bit nasty, me being a designer. I should maybe support another designer, but I know if I buy the pattern, I probably won't even follow it. I'll just do my own thing, so there's no point in buying the pattern really. I think I'm going to do it in stocking stitch. I may not. I am thinking about adding a stitch pattern. I have got plans for a stitch pattern, but I'm going to have to see whether Simon wants that or not. So I think I will knit the first half in stocking stitch so I can get the fit right, and then I might add some kind of rib on the other side, but we'll see. I thought Simon might want it in grey because he wears my snowflake cowl a lot. I will try and see if I can insert a photo of the snowflake cowl. If not, I will link it below. Okay, if I sound out of breath, it's because I had to run downstairs because there was a knock at the door and I thought it was the postman. It was the delivery man for a parcel for my husband, who's in the next room and didn't hear the door knock. I don't remember where I got to, but I'm going to knit a hat and I'm going to use this yarn. Oh, I think I was saying my snowflake cowl, which is a double layer Fair Isle cowl knitted in West Yorkshire Spinners Exquisite 4-ply in a light and a dark grey. And when I finished it, when we were taking pictures of it, me modelling it, I said to Simon, you try it on. And then I took a couple of pictures of him wearing it, and he really liked it, and it is now his. And he wears it every day when he walks the dog. So I said, maybe you'd like a grey hat, so it goes with your cowl. And I had a solid grey colour, which he wasn't that keen on. So I showed him this, which is the yarn I got at Beautiful Knitters when I went in April, I think. So it's a German yarn. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but I think it's something like Schwerdendot yarns. I will link it below, and I'll link Beautiful Knitters below as well. And it is luxury sock, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 425 meters in the colorway Teen Spirit. So it's grey, but it has these splashes of rainbow colors, quite a lot there. So this is what I'm planning to use for this hat. I'm probably not going to wind it till tomorrow. I'm planning to cast on tomorrow, but I have this other project that I do need to finish, which I'm hoping to finish by tomorrow evening, and then I can cast on for this. I'd like to cast on for this tomorrow because I'm teaching a hat knitting workshop on Thursday, and I can use this as a sample in the class to demonstrate a few things rather than casting on for something just to demonstrate on. I can cast on for this, knit a few rounds, and then use this to demonstrate. So I'm hoping to finish this before we go to Norway, but if not, I will take it with me and knit while we're traveling to Norway. It's a month, nearly a month, no, yeah, nearly a month, just under a month till we go to Norway, so it's a while yet. I've also been working on a project for a magazine which is in here and which I cannot show you, but I have, I'll show you the wrong side. So I have to do 1, 2, 3. I've done 3.5 repeats. I got 1.5 repeat to go. I'm trying to get a repeat done a day. So yesterday, one repeat is 30 rows. Yesterday I got 40 done, so I'm hoping to do 40 today, although it is now 2:30. probably close to 3 by the time I go downstairs. After I finish filming this, I'm going to go downstairs and edit this tomorrow, and then knit for the rest of the day. So hopefully I will finish it. Let me just show you a sneak peek of the back of the project. So I love the colour, and this will be something that I will be able to wear. It's not an accessory, it's a garment, but it will be something I will be able to wear when it comes back from the magazine. So I really like the colourway, and I'm enjoying knitting it, but there is a bit of time pressure with the deadline, so I'm not enjoying that so much, but you know, that happens sometimes. And I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow. I'd like to really finish it and block it by tomorrow evening, and then it can dry on Thursday when I'm teaching, and then I can post it on Friday. So that is my plan, but we'll see how that goes. One thing which I can't remember whether I showed or not, if you were watching me earlier this autumn, you might remember that I was knitting some hand warmers. I wanted to update my Starlight pattern, and I can't remember whether I talked about this last time or not. So my Starlight pattern was a pattern I designed a few years ago. I got a feeling it might have been like 2014 or something. It's quite a few years ago, and it was knitted on 2.75 millimeter needles, I think. I was teaching a class on Friday at the Knitting Hotel, and we were doing hand warmers and mittens, and they could choose between 2 lace mittens, hand warmers, and how many pairs? 4 pairs? I think it was 4 pairs of Norwegian inspired sailboat mittens and hand warmers. So I brought these, which are my Starlight pattern, my Passion Flower pattern, which is also lace, beaded lace, and then I brought my Stranded Colorwork sailboat inspired mittens and hand warmers. It was Voss, Vintervotter, Waffelvotter, and one more, which I can't remember the name of, so quite a lot of choice. So I re-knitted these. All the other ones were worked on the same needle size, and these were on the smaller needle. So I re-knitted these so they would be worked on the same needle size, and updated the pattern. Pattern is now available from Payhip as well as Ravelry. And if you've already bought the pattern on Ravelry years ago, you will have received the new pattern. If you haven't, just check your Ravelry library. And they're on Payhip as well. So beads are quite visible. I don't know how easy it is to see the lace actually, but anyway, I quite like them. These are my size, and I knitted a whole pair so I can wear them if I want to. I like the fact that they're quite long, so if I'm wearing like 3/4 length sleeve sweaters and things, they're quite good. And then I knitted another, just one, the right hand warmer. I didn't knit both. I can fit it on, but this is a smaller size. I wanted to show what the lace pattern would look like in a really variegated yarn, and it does really obscure the pattern, so I don't recommend that. And then I also knitted the Passion Flower ones in the same yarn. This is the largest size. I've lost the original. This is the largest size, and the main reason I did knit them, even though it does obscure the lace pattern quite a lot, is because I really like this colour, and I thought I might actually wear it, because I just really like this colour. So I knitted it in Manos Uruguay Allegra, which is up there, those 2 shelves there. Patterns are both for Starlight and Passion Flower, and all the other ones I mentioned. Silver Birch was the other Stranded Colorwork hand warmers we had. They're all available on Payhip and Ravelry. I'll link that below, so if you fancy having a go at that, you can find them there. Okay, anything else I need to tell you? Oh yes, magazine. I almost forgot that. I actually went to pick this up from the newsagents this morning because I haven't received it. Normally the publishers send me a copy of magazine when it's published, but this is the first pattern I've had in this magazine for a while, and they've obviously forgotten to send me one, and I knew my local newsagent would have it, so I popped in there this morning and picked up a copy. It's been in the shops for at least 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks now, so I wanted to see it and so I could show it off here before it's no longer available. But it is in the shops in the UK at the moment, but I don't know for how much longer. So that's what the bag looks. It comes in like a paper bag. It used to be plastic, it's now changed to paper, so I think that's good. My design is this one up here. Love that sweater on the cover. I haven't opened it or looked at it yet, so let me just rip this open. Because I only got it this morning, just before lunch when I popped into town, I didn't read it. But okay, so let's show you what's inside. So there is a shawl pin. It's a wooden one, I think, wooden star shawl pin. I don't know whether I do like it. It's pink. It looks brighter on my screen than it looks in real life. I noticed the photos of the shawl because I could see the photos on Ravelry. It's using that shawl pin to model the shawl. And it's really pretty, but I have quite a lot of shawl pins and I don't think I'm going to use that. Then it has a little mini magazine inside from Burda Knitting. Is that how you pronounce it? B-U-R-D-A, Burda Knitting. This season's hottest trends for you to knit, and it has various winter inspired patterns, beautiful circular yokes, some kids designs, some shawl designs, a thing about Latvian braids. Really nice sweater there. So this is quite nice actually, because there's some nice stuff in there, some shawl accessories, hats, more sweaters. I'm not going to show you all of these. There's quite a few designs in here. I assume this is from like the Burda design team, using different types of yarns. It's quite a good magazine. It has quite a few designs in it. That's some of them. So I think that's quite a good extra gift to get with the magazine. And then the main magazine, that's the cover. That's a gorgeous sweater. That's my design down there. So let's have a quick look and see what's in this issue. So on the back there's like a headband, easy headband pattern, something fun to knit if you have a bit of yarn you want to use up. And then there's, because obviously we're coming up to Christmas, this is like a Christmas issue I think by the looks of it. So there are some Christmassy things. There are tea cozy. Let's see if I can show you. Oh yeah, there it is, a big picture, very Christmassy tea cozy. That is quite cute. And then there are some yarn reviews and a really pretty sweater by Sarah Hatton, very Christmassy sweater. And then there are some felted trees. So, oh yeah, so you knit them and then you felt them. So 3 trees. They're very nice. That's the kind of Christmas decorations I like. A bit more, I was going to say low-key classic, I think. Some stockings and a sack. And then there are some mug warmers, Christmassy mug warmers. So loads of kind of novelty Christmassy knits. And then there are some sweaters. That's really pretty. That's by Pat Mancini. These were a reader's page, and oh, that's cute. So an advent calendar. That's, I mean, it's probably a bit late to start knitting that now in time for Advent. I don't know, but that's really cute. I like that. It's a, oh, okay, so it looks like Okay, because I haven't read Simply Knitting for a while, because I haven't had a pattern published in it for a while. So it looks like this advent calendar is the final installment of our advent calendar knit along. You're almost ready for Christmas. So that's obviously been going on for a few issues, but that's really nice, nice and bright. And then there's a really cute sweater, penguin sweater. That's really adorable. That presumably is intarsia. And then there is a really cute Elma cushion. Elma the elephant. There was a thing in Plymouth a few years ago where they had loads of Elma statues sort of dotted around the city, and they also had some in Cornwall at Mount Edgecombe, which is just up across the river from Plymouth. We went and tried to find some of them and took pictures and stuff. They were all decorated in different colours and things like that. Okay, so that is my design. A very easy shawl. It features dropped cross stitches. So let me see if there's another. I haven't had the sample back yet, so let me see if I can show you that. So you basically wrap the yarn around several times for each stitch that you knit, and then in the next row you drop those extra wraps and you cross the stitches over each other. I have got a video where I show you how to do it for an old design that I did, so I will link that below. That's a picture as well there. But this one takes just one skein, or West Yorkshire Spinners Exquisite 4-ply, which is 80% wool, 20% silk. And it's a gorgeous yarn. I really enjoy working with it. But obviously it is a sort of standard sock yarn weight, 400 meters per 100 grams. So it does leave the options to substitute it for loads of other yarns. And this, because it's a very simple design, a very simple shape, it is really easy to wear, and you could use loads of different hand-dyed yarns. It would look good in a variegated yarn or a self-striping yarn, so there are lots of options for that. And then there is this beautiful sweater on the cover. Who's designed that? Sean Brown. It's absolutely gorgeous. Snowflake sweater with a ribbed neckline. Really like that, all over snowflakes. That's quite a project to take on, all over stranded colour work. And then we have like news pages with new products and things like that. And then like the contents page, so very colourful, loads of Christmassy stuff, but also some classic garments which are suitable for other times of the year. And obviously my little shawl design is suitable for any time of year, really. So a really nice issue. Loads of really good sweaters and things in there. My little shawl. I like the free gifts with this issue. That's a really good pattern booklet, and I really like the shawl pin as well. So quite a lot of nice stuff there too if you're interested in buying a magazine. So it's still in the shops at the moment. So last week I had 2 videos out. One was how I repaired the cuff on this because I broke it, which I think I mentioned in the last video. So how I fixed the cuff on this, because I managed to catch it on the top of the stairs and I broke it, and I filmed it when I fixed it. So that video was out last week, plus the video on how to join the squares for the poinsettia blanket. And this blanket, you can make it any size, so you can do anything from a scarf to a shawl to a huge king size blanket. You can choose whichever size you like, just add as many or as few squares as you want. Mine is big enough so when I'm sitting knitting in my chair, it kind of covers me from like my chest to my toes, and I am quite tall, so it's kind of like perfect size really for like snuggling up under when I'm knitting in the evenings if it's a bit chilly, which is why I'm thinking about knitting it in the DK advent calendar this year, because I would like to have a DK version that's a bit thicker. I want to see what the colours are like first. It's the Yarn Unique advent calendar is a neon advent calendar, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the colours are like. I don't know if they're going to be variegated, speckled, solid, whether it's a fade. I don't know. So I think it might be a fade, but I'm not 100% sure. So I might open the first couple of days first and see what they're like. I've already done a little bit of filming for Vlogmas, which starts on the 1st of December. I think 1st December is the end of next week. I'm not sure that it's the Friday or the Saturday. I have filmed a little bit because we went to a National Trust property on Saturday that had their Christmas display out. So I filmed just a few minutes there. So I'm going to share that for the first Vlogmas video. And then we are planning to do some other Christmassy stuff. A lot of our local National Trust properties have Christmas displays. So we're going to go to another one this weekend, hopefully, and then another one next weekend. So I'm going to try and film some of that and include that in the Vlogmas videos. I'm intending to do 3 videos a week during December. 2 Vlogmas and maybe a podcast, or 3 Vlogmas. I haven't quite decided yet. But it will be a bit of the stuff from the National Trust Christmas displays that we go to, about how we get ready for Christmas, opening my advent calendar every day, what I'm knitting, a bit of daily vlogging, walking the dog, things like that. So hopefully you will enjoy that. I'm going to leave you with a clip from my workshop at the Knitting Hotel last week. I forgot to film anything, unfortunately, but Belinda always comes in and films us some bits to share on her Instagram stories. So these bits are stuff that Belinda filmed and that I kind of downloaded when I shared it on my Instagram stories. It is filmed in portrait because it was filmed for Instagram, so it's portrait, not landscape, so it will look a bit funny, but it'll just give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what the workshop was like. Always lots of fun. I've got 2 more workshops to go this year at the Knitting Hotel, but we've got workshops booked all through next year and 2025. So if you fancy going, contact Belinda. I'll put her website below and ask her what dates are available. I think a lot of next year is probably fully booked. A lot of 2025 might be fully booked, but contact her so you can get on her waiting list if she has any last minute cancellations. And then next week on Tuesday, I'm teaching at Spinning Yarn in Bovey Tracy. I think that's my last workshop of Spinning Yarn for this year, and it is my Diamonds Are Forever cushion. Just pull that out from the back there. There are a couple of spaces free on this workshop still, and I will show you everything you need to know to knit this cushion, how to knit stranded colour work with 1 colour in each hand. A couple of people did that last Friday for the first time. 3-4 people, I think, did it for the first time, 1 colour in each hand, and absolutely loved it. One lady said if that was the only thing she learned over the weekend, it was worth coming. Another one was also really excited about having mastered a 200 stranded colourwork technique. So I love it when people walk away happy like that. So I'm teaching this on Tuesday at Spinning Yarn. Don't need any previous stranded colourwork experience. You just need to be able to cast on, cast off, knit and purl, although there isn't a lot of purling on this because it's knitted in the round, which I'll show you how to do. So we're actually going to start knitting the cushion in the workshop. So I'm really excited about that on Tuesday. So I'll put the link to Spinning Yarn below. I know I think there may be 2 or 3 spaces left, I think. So if you're interested in that, contact Spinning Yarn and get your name down for that on Tuesday. I think that's it. I didn't think I had that much to share today, but it's ended up being quite a long podcast. So I hope you're still with me. Thank you for watching. Make sure you sign up to my newsletter on my website, YarnAddict.co.uk, so you don't miss out on my big brioche online course launch next week. I'm not sure which day next week it'll be. Probably on Thursday when I send a newsletter out. I'm not 100% sure yet. I expect that'll be it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will put all the links to everything I've talked about below this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Tell me if you're getting a yarn advent calendar this year. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to say. Today's video, Tuesday, so I'm filming this on a Tuesday. This video is going out on Thursday, so 2 days ago when this video is on YouTube, I did a video on sort of my tips and advice for how to choose an advent calendar. Now, I appreciate that if you want an advent calendar, specifically yarn advent calendar for this year, you may have left it too late now. Although I saw Truly Hooked over the weekend was sharing that she still had a few left, and other indie dyes are sharing if they have, because most of them will dye extras. If they have any left, now's the time to stalk their Instagram stories, because that's where they tend to share it. And you might be able to grab one. I did it that way 2 years ago. So, but if you're thinking about what to do next year, if you're having major FOMO this year and you think about what to do next year, I have recorded a video with all my tips and advice for how to choose a yarn advent calendar. I also did a video last year or beginning of this year on advent calendars, yarn advent calendars, are they worth it? So I'll link both of those below this video and at the end. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. The stitches on one needle and half on the other. The needle, it doesn't matter whether you're working yarn and your tail is on the same end like mine or whether they're opposite ends. It depends on what cast and method you use. But you want to have the needle without the working yarn in your left hand.
In your left hand, without the working yarn. Yeah.
Without the working yarn, and then the other needle, I normally when I start I just kind of hold them both like that. We have done silver mittens and beaded lace mittens, hand warmers,
which are just here. There you go. Ooh, lots. Oh, okay. She's going to show you. The fab. The lace ones are. Look at those, aren't they beautiful? Really lovely colour work. So, did you see that? Crazy woman. Anyway, she's great. Okay then, that's it. Over now. Bye, bye, bye. Bye.